And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And
Angel Reese recently made headlines for saying she doesn't mind being the villain in her rivalry with Caitlin Clark, a statement that tells you everything about who she's become in this new era of women's basketball. Most athletes try to avoid being hated. Reese? She's embracing it. In a sport that's only now exploding into the mainstream, that's rare. But rivalries have always fueled greatness. Magic had Bird, Ali had Frazier, and right now, women's basketball has Clark and Reese. One is marketed as a polished superstar, the league's golden face.
Growing.
I think so many people are watching women's basketball right now. It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, like, yeah, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like just because of one single game.
The other has decided she's fine being the one people love to hate if it means keeping the game relevant. IT all began during the 2023 NCAA Championship. LSU versus Iowa, the biggest women's college basketball game ever. In the final moments, Reese walked straight up to Caitlin Clark and threw the "you can't see me" gesture.
Rolled.
When the moment happened in the NCAA championship game where LSU won and Angel put the ring up in Caitlin's face, that was a moment in sports history that has really actually changed the course of women's sports history. It's not going to cross over. What happened in that moment was the Magic Johnson, Larry Bird moment.
Again and again, then pointed to her ring finger while millions watched. The clip went viral instantly. Fans and commentators split in two camps. Some called it confidence. Others said it was disrespect. Overnight, it turned into a national debate, but what really set the tone for everything that followed was Clark's response. She didn't pour gasoline on the fire. She didn't retaliate. Instead, she defended Reese, saying it was part of competition. That single response flipped the narrative. Clark came across as calm, mature, and professional. Reese came across as brash, emotional, and unapologetic. The contrast was set, the cool-headed star versus the loud, fearless villain, and the sports world ate it up. Fast forward to the 2024 WNBA draft. Clark went #1 overall to the Indiana Fever, the centerpiece of a new generation. Reese went #7 to the Chicago Sky, her confidence still unmatched. Everyone knew what that meant. Their rivalry would now continue on a bigger stage. And the public couldn't wait. Clark became the face of a phenomenon. Her game sold out arenas before she even played a minute of professional basketball. Television ratings spiked. Celebrities began showing up courtside. Every Fever versus Sky matchup became must-watch television because fans wanted to see what would happen when Clark and Reese shared the court again. The truth is, without Clark's meteoric rise, the rivalry wouldn't feel the same. Reese's role as a villain only works because of the star standing across from her. She's a storm that gives Clark's composure its meaning, and that dynamic keeps drawing millions of eyes. Then came a moment that defined the rivalry's next chapter. During a Fever Sky game, Chendi Carter delivered a hard body check that sent Clark to the floor. Cameras caught Reese clapping and celebrating the hit from the bench.
Owning it.
If I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that. Like, it's not just because of one person. A lot of us have done so much for this game, and Kennedy has been here before, obviously, but there are so many great players in this league that have deserved this for a really, really long time, and luckily, it's coming now.
The reaction spread across social media instantly. Instead of facing the media afterward, Reese skipped post-game interviews and got fined for it. That decision made her look even more comfortable wearing the villain label. Clark, on the other hand, stayed silent once again. She didn't complain, didn't tweet, didn't retaliate. She just kept playing. The contrast couldn't have been clearer. When Reese finally addressed it, she didn't walk it back. She said plainly, "I'll take the bad guy role." That was no accident. It was her way of saying she's not running from the spotlight or the criticism. It's part of her identity now. And she doubled down again later. "I'll look back in 20 years and say the reason why we're watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too." That was a bold statement, one that reveals how she sees herself, not just as a player, but as an essential piece of women's basketball history. She believes every major storyline needs tension, and she's perfectly fine being the one who brings it. To Reese, every hero needs a villain. Every calm star needs someone unafraid to shake things up. And if that's her, she'll own it. Clark, meanwhile, has never asked for the rivalry. She's never leaned into the drama or tried to make it personal. It finds her, and she just keeps showing up, performing, and letting her game speak for itself. That's why this dynamic works so well. Clark's silence amplifies Reese's noise. Clark's restraint makes Reese's fire stand out. Together, they created a story that's bigger than either of them individually. And here's the twist. Even as Reese plays a villain, she's also one of the reasons women's basketball is thriving right now. Her edge keeps the headlines rolling. Her defiance keeps fans talking. In a world where attention drives everything, she understands the value of controversy. She knows that every time people argue about her, the sport grows. Reese has said it herself. Social media loves to pit women against each other. And she's not running from that. She's using it. If people want to boo her, fine. If they want to turn her into the antagonist, fine. As long as it keeps women's basketball trending. She sees it as worth it. That's what makes her story fascinating. Angel Reese isn't just playing basketball. She's shaping a narrative. She's rewriting what it means to be the villain in sports, a label that, in her hands, feels less like an insult and more like strategy. Because for her, the endgame isn't about being liked. It's about being remembered. That's the part that makes this story stand out. Angel Reese doesn't hide from criticism. She walks straight into it. Every post, every meme, every clip that paints her as a villain still centers a spotlight on women.
I've also given this comparison to the Magic Johnson, and he has agreed with me. Not that I would move off of it if he didn't, but just for the record, for everyone out there who thinks that I'm crazy, literally Magic Johnson agrees. But
Joy basketball, and she knows it. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark takes the opposite approach. She doesn't clap back online, doesn't feed the narrative, and never turns a rivalry into drama. She just plays. The quieter she stays, the easier it becomes for fans to see her as a hero of the story, even though she never asked for that label. And that's where the dynamic works. Reese embraces the role people love to hate. Clark naturally becomes the one people defend. Without that balance, the rivalry might not hit as hard. Their contrast, one fiery, one composed, is what keeps it alive. The May 2024 matchup between the Chicago Sky and Indiana Fever is a perfect example.
If you know some sports history, you know the NBA was failing. It was a failing product. Don't think about what it is now, $300 million contracts. It wasn't that. It was a failing product. Magic Johnson and Larry Bird came into the NBA. The Magic switchover happens. Magic winds up with the Lakers and Dr. Buss. Larry goes on his way. They have their battles. The Celtics, the Lakers, they save the league, right? It wasn't just because two great players came into the league and then were great. It's because they had a narrative. It's because Magic was perfect for the Lakers and what Dr. Buss was building. And they were able to create this marketable product that people cared about and were attached to.
During the game, Clark reached over Reese's head and made contact, sending Reese tumbling to the floor. Was it intentional? Some fans said yes. Others said no. Either way, the clip exploded online. What could have been a routine basketball moment turned into another chapter in their ongoing saga. Clark didn't flinch or overreact. No theatrics, no shouting. She just got up, brushed it off, and kept playing. That quiet composure only strengthened her image as a calm, collected star.
And Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese have that polarization to them naturally. And that moment with Angel Reese pushed Caitlin Clark into this other space where she was a crossover figure outside of sports.
For sure.
Reese, on the other hand, used that same viral moment to fuel her own story. Love her or hate her, she embraced how it added another layer to her.
Only the case because she is a outspoken, powerful Black woman. Period. Full stop.
Come to think of
image. Because in her mind, every viral clip grows a game. The media, of course, ran with it. Analyst Joy Taylor even compared the Clark-Reese rivalry to Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, a comparison that actually fits better than most realize. This isn't just about talent. It's about personality, perception, and how the world responds to both. Reese often gets labeled a villain because of how she carries herself. Confident, outspoken, unfiltered. Her energy divides people. Some love her boldness, others see arrogance. Clark, by contrast, is cast as a clean-cut star, the composed professional who never bites back. The difference in how the two are framed isn't always fair, but it's powerful. Every time Reese declares herself the bad guy, Clark automatically gets to stand on the other side as a good one. It's a built-in narrative that feeds itself, and Joy Taylor's Magic Bird comparison wasn't random nostalgia. Back in the late 1970s, the NBA was struggling. Ratings were low, attendance was down, and the league lacked a spark. Then Magic Johnson and Larry Bird arrived, bringing different styles, backgrounds, and fan bases. Their rivalry transformed basketball from a game into a story people cared about. Fans weren't just watching plays, they were watching personalities clash, ideas collide, and identities form. Sound familiar? That's exactly what's happening now in women's basketball. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are the modern reflection of that same formula. Their games are more than just points and rebounds. They're about something bigger. They've turned women's basketball into an ongoing drama that new fans can latch onto. The proof is in the numbers. Millions are tuning in.